Hello friends, and welcome back to Coordinating Your Chaos with the Blended Mama. My name is Teresa Stone, and today we are diving into the ultimate guide for wrapping up your year with your planner. If you have ever felt like your planning system is not quite working right, or maybe it's amazing, but you want to take it up a notch, then this video is for you. And if you watched this video this morning, I will apologize for the poor video quality. So clearly I am recording this again, and we are going to be working on figuring out what we want to do going forward to ensure that you're getting the best video quality. But that does mean that unfortunately you don't get to see my face, you just get to see my desktop, so that is a drawback of this process, but bear with me and we are going to figure all the things out. Today I'm going to walk you through 5 simple steps for reviewing your current planner setup and making adjustments that you need to make so that you can crush your goals in 2025. So let's get started. So the first step is really reflecting on the past year. So this is my personal planner that I've used for 2024, and then I also have a business planner. So this past year I've used 2 different systems, and I even have some additional covers that have other things in them, and I am still working on my own processes and figuring out what I want to do for 2025. So as I'm asking you to do these things, these are the same questions I'm asking myself. So don't feel like you are alone in this. I am still figuring this out as well. So the first thing we want to do is really reflect on how we've done in the past year with our current planning system. So grab your current planner, maybe a cup of tea or coffee, maybe a cup of water, and let's start flipping through them together. And what I want you to do is take a note of what layouts you loved, what sections maybe stayed blank, and how your planner supported or did not support your goals. So you may need to grab a scratch piece of paper. So if you need to do that, go ahead, just pause this video and go grab that paper and pen and then come back. So as we are looking through our planner, literally we're going to flip through it, right? So here I have my 2024 monthly. Now this is a given. I will definitely have a monthly layout, and I use this one all the time, okay? But the next one in here in my personal planner is a daily self-care. I had the best of intentions of using this, and I did not. And there's a few different reasons why, and we'll talk about those here in a minute. But so this is probably one that will not stay in my planner. You can see I still had some room in here. I do have an extra band that I didn't have anything attached to. And then I have a fun dashboard. I love seeing the dashboards in my planner. They're just, I usually use them as kind of like a vision board kind of thing. It just keeps me excited. So anyway, so I will probably keep a dashboard in my planner. And in here is just a to-do list, which is just like a kind of a master to-do list. And then I also had a, make a list notepad. So this is one that this probably just needs to get tossed. Anyway, this is one for like things that I would not necessarily keep long term. And then of course I have a pen in here. This is a given. I'm definitely going to always have a pen. So as I'm thinking through what's working and what's not, again, I'm going to definitely keep my monthly layout. I'm going to do away with the daily self-care. It just didn't get used. But I'm also having to consider, do I keep 2 planners or do I combine? Because the only thing I really used in here consistently was the monthly. So the question is, do I combine them? And the reason I had the monthly and a separate personal planner from my business planner was because I like if I'm going to carry a planner with me, it's not going to be this big chunky one, right? And so my thought process, and it did work for part of the year. When I was carrying one of our smaller totes, I would just carry this with me and it went with me everywhere. But lately I have only been carrying a wristlet. So I just carry our on-the-go pouch with a wristlet attached, and you can see I have my Norwex eyeglass cleaner on it. So this is just what I've been carrying, and it has in it my wallet, an wallet insert, which is where I carry cash and like extra cards, and let's see, and a lip balm and a pen. And that's literally all that's in there. So I just don't carry much with me, so I wasn't taking my planner with me. Now what I'm considering doing is using the micro planner, and I will remove some of the stuff that's in here. This was just, I was playing with it, but I'm considering just leaving a monthly in here, just to be able to put dates, important dates on it, and a to-do list. And then I can use this for credit cards and things like that. So this may become my wallet, and then I'll have the monthly with me, again, just for like appointments and things. So I'm considering switching to that. So I think what's going to happen is I'm going to switch to using the extra large for my monthly. So those are the kinds of things that you want to think about. If you are using multiple planners for business and personal, evaluate if that is working for you. So really reflect on what worked. And think about some trends. Did you skip certain pages or struggle with certain layouts? You know, what felt frustrating or didn't get used? What did you love about it? Those are all great questions to start asking yourself. Now, as you're asking yourself those questions, you're going to want to identify gaps or challenges. And we just talked about some of mine. But were there tools or sections that were missing and maybe would have made your life easier? Maybe you needed a meal planning section, or maybe you had a meal planning section and you never used it. But maybe you need to add bills and budget. You know, are there things like that that would have made your life easier if you had them? Are you maybe feeling overwhelmed by too much space? So was your planner too big, or was it not big enough? Those are things to think about. And then, you know, maybe your life is going to be changing next year. So are there things that you need to do to prepare yourself for success? So let's think about what's missing in your current planner, what would have made your life easier, right? Maybe you needed a better way to track your habits. Maybe a monthly overview was not enough. Now listen, I can get by with just my monthly. The weekly is important whenever I need to be focused and actually efficient with my time, but I can get by with just my monthly. But maybe you need more than that. And this is really the time for you to get honest about the gaps, right? Like for me, I really should have just included the monthly in here. Now I do obviously have a monthly in my business planner, but it only has business things in it. So then I was kind of like putting things in two places. It really didn't make sense. So I am likely going to just switch to using the extra large for my monthly. Now we also want to think about what are things that worked well for you, right? We want to celebrate the wins. And a win for me is that I started using, and it's still kind of a work in process, but I started using our monthly planning and journaling insert. And I love this for my social media planning, for creating new routines and some habit tracking there, and also just for taking notes. I did not love it for creating my weekly layout. And this is where I've been using it for a few months and we're still playing with it. And so what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to add a separate weekly in here. I don't know why I didn't love it, because you can see this is still dot grid. The one I used here is a dot grid. It's our Bujo sampler. So I don't know why I really wanted a separate one, but I want to keep it separate, and I'm going to use this for notes and maybe some gratitude, things like that, brainstorming, mind mapping. So I do want to use it a little bit differently than how I've been using it. And obviously I'm still working on, like this one, I just still need to fill out. I use this layout for like my end of month tasks, and it's not quite the end of the month, so I haven't written them in here. But that's kind of what those pages are. So I'm still figuring out what I want to put in each of those sections, but I am loving the planning and journaling insert. So the other thing so we are celebrating our wins, right? You're going to highlight layouts that you love. So make sure that you take a note of the ones that are working for you so that you can buy your refills. But I also want you to think about routines. Are there systems and habits that you have created that are making your planning easier? And I want to go ahead and tell you, if you are not participating in our Planners in Progress weekly accountability and planning session, it's on Sunday afternoons, and I would love for you to add that to your bucket list of things to incorporate as we transition into this new year. So you can go to theblendedmama.com/community. That's going to take you to our free online Facebook group, and you will hear about all of the things, including how you can participate in those sessions on Sundays. Okay. And that is definitely a place where we celebrate your wins on a weekly basis. So we are going to focus on the positives. Think about what worked for you. Make sure you're writing those things down. Again, maybe it was a weekly spread that helped you stay on top of things, a habit tracker that kept you motivated. Make sure that you're giving yourself credit for those wins and think about how you are going to carry those things forward. So if you're changing your layouts, make sure that the things that you had in your current layout are still going to be something that you can incorporate into your new one. Okay, so we want to make sure that we're keeping the things that were working well. Now, this is where it gets a little bit difficult. You do need to decide where you need to make adjustments for the next year. So really think back on your reflection time and all of the things that we just talked about and decide on what you want to change. So maybe that is using a different size. Maybe you are going to use some different layouts, or maybe you're going to add tools like stickers, washi tape, dashboards. I definitely love stickers. I had already started playing with the 2024 monthly, 2025, and I had already laid out my January. So I was already working on this one for the large, and now I've kind of decided, I think I'm going to move to the extra large. So I'm going to snag me another set of these January stickers, and we're going to put them into the extra large. So it's okay to make changes, right? And thankfully, I only got as far as January. So otherwise, I probably would have just sucked it up for another year. But we're gonna make those adjustments. So make sure that you're adding those things to your list, and maybe. Again, maybe things are changing for you for 2025 and you just are going to need to change your focus again. So maybe that's a meal planning insert, a financial planning, a goal setting. That's always a great one to add. So keep up with all the adjustments that you want to make and make sure that you're adding those things to your list. Now, the last thing that I want you to really think about is creating a vision for what your planner is going to be like for 2025, and not just like how is it going to meet your needs, but like how are you going to feel when you are successful in your planning processes, because change can be scary, and if you're implementing a paper planner for the first time, I know that can be scary. But what I want to encourage you with is that, especially with our Tula 12 planners, where things can be easily added and removed. They literally just slide in on these bands, right? So you can easily take them in and out. It's an easy way for you to make changes as you need to throughout the year. But it's also a fun way to keep up with things. So especially if you are part of our community, we are a fun bunch of ladies. We're all just trying to find calm in the chaos of life. So I hope that you will come join us again. That's theblendedmama.com/community. But I really want you to visualize how your new planner is going to serve your needs. So sketch out any changes you need to make. Maybe think about different layouts you want to try. And really create a vision. How do you want it to work for you? Whether that is simplifying your schedule, helping you stay on top of your goals, or really just giving you a creative outlet. I do have some ladies who really just use it for journaling and creativity. I really want you to make sure that your setup reflects your needs, right? We all are going to have a different setup, a different layout. We're going to include different things, and that's totally fine. I want you to make sure that it meets your needs. So there you have it. Those are our 5 steps to complete your planner review and get ready for 2025. I hope this helps you evaluate your system and make some adjustments that are going to work for your life. And if you found this helpful, give it a thumbs up, right? Thumbs up. And don't forget to subscribe for more planning inspiration. So before we go, though, I do want you to share in the comments, what is one change that you're going to make to your planner for the new year? All right, so make sure you drop that in the comments. And until next time, my friend, keep planning with purpose and coordinate that chaos. I'll see you guys next time.